Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Thursday, the 19th of March. With McShane, we're reading through the book of Proverbs, exposed to some of the wise sayings of Solomon. Today we read chapter 6, and reading from verse 16. He says, "There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 things that are detestable to him." And as I read that, I thought, what are those 7 things that are detestable to God? I thought surely it must be things like murder, drunkenness, sexual immorality, all of those evils of society. But Solomon continues, these are the things: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community. As I read that, I was taken a bit aback. I thought those are fairly minor. But as I read through it and thought about it, I thought those are the kind of things that impact society. And God's saying that people that are destructive in society, people that are bad for the community, they don't have his blessing. Those are the kind of behaviours that God hates and are detestable to him. Which isn't saying that murder is fine and adultery is all right. No, they're still sinful. But they affect individuals more, whereas these are things that can destroy the community. And then pondering it, I thought, what would the opposite of this kind of person be? And just listen to how much that speaks of Jesus. Haughty eyes, no. Humble, humility. A lying tongue, somebody that speaks the truth at all times. Hands that shed innocent blood, as opposed to hands that protect innocent people, that uphold the fatherless and the weak and the marginalized. A heart that devises wicked schemes. A heart that is looking to do the right thing and walk in God's ways and work out the good plans of God in their life and in society. Feet that are quick to rush into evil, as opposed to feet that turn away and walk away from evil. Jesus in the garden, in the wilderness, walking away from the temptations that were presented to him. A false witness who pours out lies. A witness that always speaks the truth, even when it's inconvenient and uncomfortable, like Jesus did so often with the scribes and Pharisees. And a person who stirs up conflict in the community, somebody who's a peacemaker and seeks to reconcile and restore. And reading it in that light, I just think that is so much like Jesus. Jesus is the antithesis of these things that God finds detestable. And so as Christians, we say, Lord, help us to follow Jesus, to walk in his ways, to become more like him. And as we do that, we end up avoiding these sins that God finds, that he hates and he finds detestable. So be challenged to walk with Jesus, to let Jesus shape you, to let him shine through you. Because as we walk like Jesus, live like Jesus, model ourselves on Jesus, we're a positive influence in our community. And the community is blessed, and we are blessed.